Hello everybody and welcome to this guide and tutorial for this golden shot. Difficulty level is hard and it comes from sunny Kos on like in Greece, and I'm happy to be able to provide this guide very quickly for you on how to make any chest happen in the golden shot. So as always, I'm going to go over the adjustment, I'm going to go over the shots, and I'm going to of course want you to make a comment in the comment section below on how it went for you in the golden shot. Did you get any chest and what did you get in it? Please let me know. I was like, when I saw this hole here from the beginning, the Juniper point hole 7 from the latest Americana Classic, I was like, I was like kind of like, this one is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find a consistency, but I do believe that I find a very nice adjustment, which I'm going to share with you all here today. First, going to have in mind, I'm going to play two ways, and it's going to be depending on tailwind and headwind. And we're gonna first go over the chest. You can win the obsidian chest, you can win the amber chest with the yellow ring, you can win the crimson chest, and we do have the aqua chest as the light blue chest, and the dark blue chest is the cobalt chest. And we are going to play with either the golden wood club or the golden driver, and you're gonna see the difference later on as well. Golden ball is featured power 1, a side spin 2. Press the question mark on the top right if you do want to get to the frequently asked question for the golden shot. If you do have even more questions or something happens when you're taking a shot, then right here, oh hey Playdemic, etc, etc, and send in a ticket and the Golf Clash support will help you out. You can as always play only your free shot if you want to, or you can buy more shots off the free shot. Everyone gets one free shot. Very important to spend that wisely. One other thing with the golden shot, people ask me that often, is does the clock go quicker? Yes, it does. So you do not have the same amount of seconds to play because it counts down faster from 10 to 0. Have that in mind. So let's go over the adjustment. Tailwind, golden wood club, max distance plus 10% over adjustment. And then we do have any form of headwind. It's a golden driver, which is a minimum distance plus 10% over adjustment. We're going to play from two different landing spots, and I'm gonna first talk a little bit about the one with the golden wood club. Very important here, as this type of setup is called no movement. So once the shot loads, when it's your turn, do not move your target. The only thing you're going to change is the spin. And that's so important because that is such a lovely adjustment to have, because then we don't have to find that blue ring towards the rough or the bunker or whatever. We can just let it be once the game loads. So no movement with any shot in tailwind. Then we're just gonna leave it be, and then we're just going to change spin adjustment. Have that in mind. Headwind, and we're going to take a look at the landing position when it comes to headwind. Here is what we do want. You can see the wind on the top left, and here you're going to choose either the left side or the right side depending on the wind angle. If you do have the wind that would be pointing more like southwest, then you would be playing on the right side with the same type of setup. And this is in complete minimum distance of your club. This is not like a couple of clicks above or below. It's going to be in complete minimum distance, just where the cutoff is from the wood club towards the driver. And this is very important. And once again, the wind angle decides, because we do need some little help by the wind. So if you do have the wind that is pointing slightly to the to left instead of right as we're having now, then we're going to choose the right rough to play in any form of headwind. I do believe this is going to be the most consistent way to play in headwind. I know we can play from down below, but there isn't a no movement type of shot to do in headwind, as we are then going to be in between clubs. So enough talking, and I think it's time so we all can go down to the beach. So we're gonna take a look at shot number 1. I'm going to talk you through it and we summarize it as always in the end. So let's go. Shot number 1. Remember, no movement. So I'm not going to move my target in any form, just going to do spin, 1 bar of top spin. And you can see here that I'm going towards using a little bit less than 1 bar, like 0.75, and a little bit more than 2 bars of side spin to the right, which is a little bit too much. in my opinion, we need to remove that one a little bit. And once again, we're having no movement, max distance, plus 10% over adjustment, and we adjust our rings, and then we're going to take our shot. No curl, and I do apologize for a little jumpy game screen due to the not the best internet here from the hotel. And we come in a little bit to the right. Nice shot though, a little bit to the right. So remove that one and go down towards 1.5 bar side spin. In my opinion, is going to be the best. If we do have more crosswind than we do have tailwind, which was the case here in this type of way. So shot number 2. And we're going to see this one as more as a tailwind than we do have crosswind, in my opinion, or kind of like it's very close at least. No movement, we don't move our target, we're just going to make our spin adjustment. So we go with 0.75 and we go with 2.5 bar side spin, and this one is going to miss to the right as well. I need to learn from that, of course, but you're gonna see the trick here that the first and the most important thing, in my opinion, to find is to find the distance. Can we get the top and the backspin to work as we wanted to, so we're not going too far or too short, so we actually are around the pin. Kind of like the direction in itself is something that we always can tweak, which is often a little bit easier. So we get that one super close and get that one just by the edge, even though we're used a little bit more side spin. I still think it's a little bit too much side spin, and we do need to go down to 1.5 to 2 bars, and we're gonna take that in the summary there in the end as well. Once again, no movement type of adjustment, and then we're gonna be spot on with that type of shot. So we're gonna go to shot number 3 here, and shot number 3 we do have here, and we are going to go with still a little bit of topspin, but to the other direction here now. Now we do have more topspin than crossspin, that's pretty easy to see, and we're going to use 0.75 bars of topspin, and that's important, so we're not using too much. 1 bar of side spin to the left only, and we are like when we're having wind left to right, and notice that this side spin is pretty similar, but sometimes we kind of need to play with a little bit less there. No movement, we're just letting the target be as it is, and then we're going to take our shot. And once again, we in tailwind, in any form of tailwind, play with the golden wood club, and we're gonna bounce ourselves up there towards the pin, coming a little bit short, but I will take it. The red ring a little bit short. We needed maybe a little bit less side spin there, you know, to be picky, but I'm okay with that, taking the red ring here. So we get some rapier cards, we get the hammerhead, and then of course the lovely little berserkers that we do all want to have. Once again, we come in here and we're going to play some tailwind here, but more towards the crosswind type of way. So no movement, and we're going to go with 2 bars of side spin, and we're going to go with, here in this case I would like to have 1 bar of topspin, honestly, instead of 0.75, as I think this one, I feel this one's a little bit more towards the crosswind area. And now we're talking about minor details, everyone, so have that in mind when you play. And once again, when we summarize everything in the end, we're going to have a more clear structure towards it. But always when we play the golden shot, especially when I pay for my shots and I play several of them, it's important for me to get it correct. So just taking the left edge there, we did need a little bit more side spin, it's shown there in the end, but in the end, getting so close is just another day that one would have dropped. Some claw cards we do get in the end, some big topper cards, and of course our lovely little berserkers. So shot number 5, and here we're going to have straight crosswind, and now it's time for me to go and play the rough bump. And I know this is going to be just by the cutoff, and so if you do want to go back and still play with the no movement, this is possible to do in this way as well. But I feel crosswind for me, then I go up with driver, as it's very hard to judge if we do have a little bit of tailwind or if we do have a little bit of headwind when it comes to the wind angle here. So now we are just in minimum distance of our club, and just a tiny little bit just to touch the arrows there on the top. Unfortunately, a great shot, but the ball is going to bounce in the rough and come in very nicely. You can see what turn it takes, and it falls down in towards the pin, and we're going to from here get the aqua chest. And of course, with a perfect shot, I most likely would be taking the turn in a little bit sooner than it did there. So now we do have tailwind. Let's see if we can get some drops here. Would be lovely. Now this one is definitely more tailwind than it is crosswind. That's pretty easy for us to see. Half a bar of topspin is what I want to do here, and I also want to go with just a smidge of side spin to the left. So I'm using half a bar, as I still have some angled wind towards the right. And once again, this is a no movement adjustment, so I'm not moving my target in any form, just changing the spin depending on the wind angle, trying to get that one correct. So now we're going to go and we hit this ball perfect, and it's going to bounce very nicely on the fairway, bounce up, and it's gonna roll. Get in. Oh, just take it in the hole. Lovely little hole in one. We're gonna see what we do get as cards here for this hole in one. And that, once again, the most important part for many players playing the golden shot is the berserker balls to be used in tournaments. So therefore the golden shot is super important for many players. So now we do have a 6.1 headwind, and as we do have it angled towards like left to right, and we're going to choose the left side here, and using 1.5 bar backspin, max side spin to the right. And the only thing that would change, let's say we would be having a wind angle southwest and we're gonna go over to the right side. The only thing that we would change is to go left side spin instead of right, because we do want to get the help by the wind to be kicked in towards the pin here. We do adjust and we make a minimum distance, and with a 10% extra 1.5 bar backspin, max side spin to the right. And I was like, no, not great, but I guess great is the new perfect. So we hit the rough here, coming in very nicely, and we roll very nicely. And even though we wouldn't be getting the hole in one, if we maybe would be missed high or low, it still would be so close that we most likely would be getting the amber chest, which is the yellow ring. So see here what we do get, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I did unlock or like upgrade the cataclysm on one of my expert accounts, which was absolutely awesome, with 15 cards there nicely. And last but not least, the lovely little 9 balls of berserker. Last, we're gonna take 6.0 tailwind crosswind type of wind, and we're going to play this one with 0.75 bars of topspin, with in this case 1 bar of side spin to the left. And now when I say 0.75 bars of topspin, that is of course something you will have to eyeball, but it's not half, it's not 1, so that's definitely something to just try to find in between. No movement again, and only 1 bar of side spin when we come in there from the left, and we bounce very nicely, roll up towards the pin, coming in with a perfect speed, and we drop that one in the hole. Nice. Super happy to be able for us to get a couple of hole-in-ones, and also the no movement adjustment is something that I'm very happy to have found, and to be able to provide that here in the guide. So if you do have a tailwind, I definitely see tailwind is going to be, like tailwind in any form is going to be the more consistent one for you. The rough bump is always going to be some slight inconsistency, but there is definitely a way for us to get that one in as well. Now, last but not least, we're gonna summarize, and we're going to take a look at the spin adjustment here, and I think I'm gonna have to make one tweak to the spin adjustment that I do have here. So we're gonna start with tailwind, half a bar of top spin with no side spin. When the arrow is pointing completely like north, straight up, no crosswind included at all. Now we do have tailwind crosswind left to right, 0.75 bars of top spin combined with 1 bar side spin to the left. And then we have tailwind crosswind right to left, 0.75 bars of top spin combined with 1 bar side spin to the right. Here I want you to change 2 bars of side spin to the right. The kick is a little bit extra coming from right to left, so we do need 2 bars side spin to the right instead of 1 bar there. Crosswind left to right, same. Here I do have the driver adjustment as explained here. 2 bars of backspin combined with max side spin to the right, coming with left to right wind. And then we do have crosswind right to left, 2 bars of backspin combined with max side spin to the left, as we're going to play on the left side. Headwind and crosswind left to right, 1.5 bar backspin combined with as much side spin to the right. Once again, we're playing rough bump, and left to right, we're playing up to the left rough by the left side of the green. Headwind, crosswind, right to left, and we play on the rough on the top right by the green. 1.5 bar backspin with as much side spin to the left. And then we do have headwind, 1 bar backspin combined with as much side spin to the right, because if I have a straight headwind, I'm going to choose the left rough to bounce on. Please take a screenshot, write it down, and please do not forget to change on tailwind, crosswind, right to left, that we do want to have 2 bars of side spin to the right instead of 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Golden Shot. Do not forget Golden Shot Guide. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And also, I will be back streaming on Sunday, which will be, when will that be? It will be on the 23rd of June. I will be back streaming once again from home. And from now forward, there won't be any videos until most likely, if we do see a new tournament, then we're going to see if I can provide some guides for you here from Greece as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Join in on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Sign up for training sessions, text guide packages, and everything else. Good luck and get some booms.